you know that suicide is one of the leading causes of unnatural death? I've seen loved ones struggle greatly because of someone committing suicide. After research, I am in disbelief from some of the facts that I've discovered. Today I'm going to talk about 3 reasons that contribute to people committing suicide. Mental health issues play a huge factor. Bullying, rape, struggles in the household, relationship problems, people who struggle with sexual identity. All of these things contribute to people feeling different and suffering mentally. I also want to talk about how loved ones suffer from those committing suicide. Suicide has been a part of humanity since history has been recorded. According to Investigating Suicide by Sever Bryan, Salem Press, cyberbullying has been on the rise since the internet has become more advanced. Our children are open to more things than we can even imagine with the internet, their social media accounts. Anyone can contact them and harass them or bully them. Investigators link a number to this startling fact. Micro-level research has attempted to understand individual factors that contribute to people committing suicide. The Center for Disease Control reported suicide is the 10th leading cause of unnatural death for Americans in 2013, responsible for over 40,000 deaths alone in that year. Not only can bullying cause suicide, but mental health issues do as well. According to University of Washington, 2 to 15% of Americans who have been diagnosed with major depression issues will die from suicide. And all of these things can be prevented. So it's really sad to see that those with major depression feel so hopeless in their mind that they have no hope for the future at all. And because of that, there isn't as much counseling that they're open to, because, number one, their doctors aren't prescribing them the right medications, they aren't offering them the correct counseling groups, connections. All of those play a huge factor. And also I found out that those with a personality disorder are 3 times likely to commit suicide. Again, because in their minds, they feel so different and they don't have the help that they need, and they're not given the right treatment plans, so they're stuck alone in their minds to suffer. According to the Mayo Clinic, families experience a great severe amount of feelings. A lot of them struggle with resentment, anger, shame, guilt, and once someone takes that act and kills themselves, their families are no longer the same ever. No matter how much time goes by, they will no longer be the same. According to Psychology Today, survivors of suicide often feel responsible, especially those who find someone dead or commit, they play a part in the suicide. From that point on, they will never be the same again. They will always feel partly responsible in the back of their minds no matter what. And all of these things can be prevented. You know, if our doctors know the right resources, if we're open to more differences, if we stay open-minded to things beyond our beliefs, then we will be able to help these people more. Since you know these reasons, reach out to someone if you feel like they might be suffering. A lot of the time it's really hard for those who really want to kill themselves. They won't share their feelings, but there are things that you can identify these feelings with, even without them saying how they're feeling themselves. Their behavior changes, they stay by themselves. There are a lot of different things besides those that you will be able to notice in your loved ones. And at that point is when we should reach out and try to help our loved ones, so that maybe we won't have to go through that extra suffering. And also, those who are different are never alone. There are always people just like them. They just haven't been introduced into the right networks. And finally, we should be there for others how we would want them to be there for us. And when we see people suffering with mental health issues or substance abuse, because most people who have personality disorders or depression, they have substance abuse issues, they have family-related issues, and all of these can be prevented. And that's the bottom line. We just have to be open to